maybe, I don't know, the play of the night and what was an excellent evening in the NBA. Let's be honest, though, March hoops, sometimes I can feel like, let's just get to the playoffs already. Not on Wednesday night. LeBron, Luka, the new look Lakers, yeah, they're new look because they look the part now, especially through Caitlin Clark's lens. They got back to their winning ways. And in the head scratcher of the night, how the heck did the Wolves pull off the biggest overtime comeback ever? It was bloody crazy. See what we did there? And Jokic Murray, that combination posted a box score so absurd, you'd think it was June. NBA Day starts right now, and we begin with the two teams that have the shortest odds to reach the finals. It's according to DraftKings, the Celtics and the Thunder. We're going to get into whether or not this panel agrees with that. But first, these two teams, they played each other last night in Boston. The 2025 and 2024 finals MVPs going head-to-head. Both, they were playing at a championship level, and they dressed the part. Shea even borrowed Perk's jacket for the occasion. We're going to pick this one up early in the first quarter. SGA gets the ball up top. Knocks down the three.
That's what we've been talking about. When you talk about improving your game, we know he's the master at the mid-range, but he's improved that three-point shot.
Yeah, that's his signature right there, that signature midi. And then the start of the second quarter, here comes Jason Tatum, steps back, knocks down the three. I know you were impressed by that, Jeremy.
That was a very nice move. I'm a big fan of what Tatum's doing right now.
We needed to see that angle of that pass because it looks like, Brian, he sort of bended gravity, if we can say that here, and Jaylen Brown going to work, splits three defenders.
Jaylen Brown went into this game wanting to send a message to Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, and he kind of beat him at his own game.
Yeah, that message was, anything you can do, I'm not going to say better, but I can do also. To the third quarter we go here. SGA pulls up, can't leave him that wide open, knocks down the three. Keeping his team in the driver's seat here, and then under 8 minutes left, Tatum hands off to Keita.
One of the most underrated centers in the game.
What a poster there. That was on Chet Holmgren, too. And then 4 minutes left in the third here. Brown driving.
This one.
You like that?
As if one poster wasn't enough here. And then to the fourth quarter we go. This is what you're talking about. Does this look familiar to you at all, Brian?
It sure does. By the way, there's only one guy maybe having a better mid-range season this year than Shea. It's that dude, number 7.
Jaylen Brown maybe giving Shea a taste of his own medicine here. Jaylen Brown putting the finishing touches on the win for Boston. Here he is after the win.
What went through your mind hearing MVP chants ring through this arena?
Just take my time. Just be patient. Sometimes the crowd gets you going. You want to be aggressive, but I feel like today I did a good job of just taking my time.
You mentioned crunch time. Jason came up huge in that. What are you seeing from your running mate as he continues to make his way back?
This is just a start. You know, we still got some games left to keep building momentum, but he's still getting his legs underneath him. I thought tonight was a great game by Jason, and I think it's just a start. We just got to keep it going.
Well, if it's just the start, that's a little bit scary for the rest of the league because the Celtics, they improved to 7-2 this season with Tatum and Brown in the lineup. That includes a win at Cleveland and then, of course, this win, which ended the Thunder's 12-game streak. So, Kendrick Perkins, how exactly did the Celtics solve the #1 defense in the NBA?
Well, they did it by making a statement win last night against the champs. They had a lot going on around the league, a lot of players and teams getting their feet hot. But this was the one that we had our eye on, and I got our new partner here. Jeremy Lin is in the building. Lin Sanity is about to break down the Joe Mazzulla, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum offense and show you why it was effective, especially throughout the course of this game as the Celtics won.
Appreciate it, Perk. I think Joe Mazzulla is very clear from the very beginning. How can we get a really good rim protector out of the way? How do we exploit OKC's weakest link on defense, which is a weak wing defender? This is a Spain pick and roll. Every team in the NBA has multiple Spain pick and rolls in their playbook, but the Celtics run it the most of any team in the NBA. So a Spain pick and roll is basically when this third player comes in and sets a back screen after a ball screen. So as we see this develop, we see Derek White coming off the ball screen right now. Hauser is setting this back screen on Hartenstein. What ends up happening is Hartenstein is tied up and he can no longer be the rim protector, which means McCain has to come over. Derek White sees that mismatch, gets right to his spot, easy 2 points. We go to the fourth quarter. Same exact concept that Mazzulla is really trying to hammer home. How do we get a great rim protector, Holmgren, out of the way and continue to highlight Jared McCain, it was Isaiah Joe, AJ Mitchell, just really trying to put them in pick and rolls all night long to get them involved. And so here we can see Holmgren getting out the way, Pritchard coming up. Keep in mind, yesterday, Pritchard set 13 on-ball screens, which is a career high. That was for 15 points, and in the fourth quarter, they went to this play 8 times. So it was very clear what Missoula was trying to do. As we can see, they have an overloaded strong side, which puts Shea in a really tough position on the backside right here. As the pick and roll is developing, he's trying to read. Brown is reading. How long does McCain stay? He stays pretty long, and this is exactly what they want. They just want this separation. Now Pritchard's coming downhill on Shea. It's a 2-on-1. You got a great shooter in Shireman, and that's all they need. And so as he comes down, he comes in. Shireman gets that exact look. He had a big lift for the Celtics bench in the second half, and that's where they were able to pull away and win.
And look, I love those sets, and Joe Mazzulla drew up a great game plan. But look, I want you to look what happened in the second half. Late in the third quarter, I want you to watch Jaylen Brown being that leader, trusting his teammates, hitting Peyton Pritchard for a wide open 3. I know it's simple, but it's a big thing. And we talk about that guard-to-guard screen. Here it is right here. Does an excellent job of pulling, luring the defense to sleep, and attacking downhill. And so, again, when you talk about taking this personal, this matchup, we witnessed that last night. Not only from an MVP standpoint, but from challenging the defending champs.
Yeah.
And by the way, Jalen, you got a new nickname with that breakdown. Jeremy Legler.
Hey, notice we gave the Harvard guy. The Harvard guy got the iPad. That's all I'm going to say.
He got the iPad, and the breakdown was excellent because Boston, they showed us, we were wondering this. You talked about needing maybe a statement game, something to show, okay, hey, you know what? Boston's not just a nice story with Tatum coming back into the lineup, but really, truly, they could make some noise and even be contenders. What did they show you, Brian?
Well, first off, they sort of had, as Jeremy just broke down there, they kind of had like a playoff game plan ready for this game. Not only everything that they did offensively, defensively, they really packed the paint, really trying to keep them out, keep Shea especially out of the paint.
To the point that Chet Holmgren, Boston closed the game small. They put Tatum at the 5, and that Chet Holmgren, they decided, the Oklahoma City did, to not have him even on the floor.
Yeah, Joe Mazzulla brought into this game plan definitely what you might bring into a game plan that you would see in a playoff series. And not only that, the way that the Celtics approached this game was that it had meaning, that it was not just a March game that didn't matter.
And this is a prime example of Joe Mazzulla, right? And challenging a guy like Jason Tatum, because when you bring up him basically playing the center position, we forget that Jason Tatum is 6'9", 6'10" anyway. They got great rebounding guards all across the board. So, again, it's about spacing. And not only did it help for us them taking Chet and the bigs off the floor, but it helped the spacing of their offense, and we saw the prime example of that Joe Mazzulla offense.
Because what it did is it said, okay, I dare you. And the question with Oklahoma City, by the way, Shea had a great game, right? We're not picking apart Shea's game here. But what it said to Oklahoma City is, okay, we're going to make the others beat you. Yes, Shea just had an excellent game, but when Shea, you pack the paint, and he has to kick back out, okay, shooters, are you going to be able to knock that down in a 7-game series?
Yeah, you can see even in the fourth quarter, they're sagging off of Caruso. They're trying to make him shoot. They ended up having to make a lot of changes from A.J. Mitchell, Isaiah Joe, just trying to find enough offense. Jalen Williams probably needs a little bit more time, and you can see him not being in rhythm really, really, really affects OKC.
Here's what I know. You signing up for a 7-game series of that in June? You, because count me in if we get to see that. But it wasn't just that game.
For months.